Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is James. Alongside me always is...
I'm Andy.
Andy, we have a really cool show today. Our topic is the same topic that started this whole thing off with. That topic is a little Wrestlemania talk today.
Exactly. Big difference in the show, though. Our first Wrestlemania was only half an hour. Now we have an hour to talk about the grandest show of them all, Wrestlemania.
That's right. So join us on this journey as we all become legend of the nerds. So, Andy, WrestleMania, 6-hour show.
6 hours, but remember, we had a show prior to WrestleMania, a couple nights before. We won't get into the whole thing, but there was one or two matches, if you recall. NXT now has their own little WrestleMania.
NXT Takeover.
Takeover
right?
in Dallas.
That's right.
There were 53,000 people at that show. It's amazing for a company that's only been around for a good 2 years. Well, they've been around for a lot longer, but at least airing on TV and
Right.
live streaming. They've only been on for 2 years, and being the fact that it's evolved into something so big is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The two matches I just want to talk about really quickly are the NXT Women's title match between Bayley and Asuka, and the world title match between Samoa Joe and Finn Balor.
Yes.
You even stated off record you were amazed by a Divas, not even Divas, they call it a Women's
Well, if
Championship.
you're telling the world, it's not really off record anymore.
Not true. But, I mean, what did you think about that women's title match?
It is good to see women in that ring actually wanting to wrestle and not just be pretty in front of a camera.
Exactly, and I'll always say I like to see the women wrestlers take the ropes. You've even said it, like a professional, not just let me kind of walk into the ropes. And they did.
You don't get a rope rash, you're not hitting the ropes.
Exactly. All the counters and the submissions that they were doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Asuka would go in for her Asuka lock quite a bit, and Bayley, you don't just lie there and take it. You fidget. You move around.
Yeah.
And she countered it quite a bit and almost got Asuka to tap out in a couple of her moves.
Yep.
So I mean, Asuka ends up becoming the new NXT Women's Champion. Didn't surprise me though.
No.
Bayley's had the title since SummerSlam, so August till now. So it's been a good chunk of time. And but I kind of felt like
It needed a change.
yeah, and I mean Asuka, she's been dominating NXT since she came over from Japan and everything. It was kind of obvious it was going to happen.
If you have someone dominating so long, it's good to put them on the belt, but not too soon. And I think the amount of time she's been in NXT up till Takeover was a good amount of time to say, okay, let's give her the belt now.
Exactly.
You know? Because, I mean, I haven't really seen NXT all that much. I'm not sure how she's doing. Did she take any losses yet?
I think she has taken like one or two just because someone's come in and interrupted the match kind of thing.
But that's important, though. If you have someone dominating, it's important to give them a few losses. So it looks like they can be beat. You know, but then throw the belt on them. It was a well-played storyline.
Exactly. The next match was the Samoa Joe Finn Balor match. And to me, I always say, it's like, am I going to get as good of a match? Because it's the second time they've gone at it for the title. And am I going to get as good of a match as it was the first time? And the first time I explained to you, because I don't think you saw it when they went against each other in London, Finn Balor's entrance with the whole demon painting and everything is awesome, but because he was in London, he kind of played off the Jack the Ripper demon, which was awesome. Comes out in the trench coat and everything. And in Texas, what's the horror thing in Texas? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface. He comes out in like a Leatherface getup with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
That was just, those are the type of entrances that make the show, make people drawn into the show too. If you just come walking out like normal, it's like, oh, okay.
You know, for me, WrestleMania and now NXT TakeOver are huge shows. And you need to have a great entrance for these shows. Because, yes, you are trying to be memorized in the ring, but it's a show, too.
Exactly. You want to sell to the fans.
Yeah.
This match, I mean, opened up, literally, word pun there, opened up, Joe, his eye, just one headbutt, and that blood was just, They had to bring out medical quite a few times in this match.
A lot, and Joe was getting annoyed of it too.
Exactly. I mean, it tells you how strong Joe is as a competitor, though. Because you get blood in your eye, it burns.
Oh, yeah.
And he did. I mean, he got, literally, it's not like he got cut in the face. It was on the eyelid.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you could tell how ticked off he was, though, too, that it happened. When he goes and throws Finn over the barricade into the audience. Mm-hmm. Took a while for Finn to get up after that.
Yeah.
Great match, though. Back and forth. Finn comes out with the win. All of a sudden got that second jolt. Goes for the coup de grace double foot stomp. Mm-hmm. Beats Joe. Kind of surprised, too, there. I thought Joe was going to take the title.
Yeah, Joe has not held the title yet, right?
He hasn't. He's had 2 title shots now.
See about Joe, even in his career over in TNA, he really didn't hold the title all that much over there either.
Exactly.
I don't know why people are afraid to give Joe the belt. I don't know why. The guy can roll. He is an amazing athlete. Mm-hmm. If they took a chance on him, he can prove it.
We also got to see Shinsuke Nakamura come over from Japan.
Nakamura, man, that guy's great.
Their number 1 wrestler.
Yep.
And we've known in the past, I was waiting to see it. They signed a lot of Finn Balor's Bullet Club members. I was waiting to see that during Takeover.
You were talking about that, yep.
I thought we'd see it even towards the end of the match when Joe lost, and he's coming, kind of stopped on the entrance ramp. I'm like, where's the Bullet Club? Where are they? But we got to see, to finish this topic, we got to see your favorite wrestler in TNA. We have mine now in AJ Styles in WWE, but we saw your boy Bobby Roode in the audience at NXT.
Yeah.
You called it.
I was glad to see him there. I hope that's not the last time we see him.
I highly doubt it, but it didn't take long for him to get over there.
No, not at all.
Great NXT Takeover Dallas. Technically, I call it their Wrestlemania because the card was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see American Alpha for the first time.
Yep.
So
there's a lot of good matches.
Exactly. But it's the show of shows, WrestleMania time.
WrestleMania.
Now,
WrestleMania 31, right?
32.
32. WrestleMania 32.
Like we mentioned, 6-hour show with the kickoff plus WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. We were tired after watching this.
I was exhausted, yeah.
God, come that world title match. Whew. I was like, just finish now. I just want to go home and go to bed. But it started off, we had Kalisto versus Ryback.
Yes. For some reason, we didn't get to see all this match because I think the show started before 6 o'clock. It must have started around 5:30 or something like that.
It might have. We did get to see the end of it, though. Kalisto pulling off the victory again.
Yep.
He's beaten Ryback in the past in the world title tournament. Do you think they're kind of giving up on Ryback?
They have to be by this point. I don't know why they would. Ryback is such a great competitor. He's got the looks. He's got the muscles. He's obviously got the talent. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they are treating him like this. I mean,
my whole problem is they turned him heel again.
Yeah.
It's like you're shooting yourself in the foot because we tried doing this heel thing with Ryback, and it was horrible. Mm-hmm. It's like, why do it again?
I mean, I remember that push they were doing with Ryback, Big Show, and
Kane.
And that, I thought that would be like his Ryback's upstart into, a new place in his career in wrestling, and they just did nothing with that at all.
Exactly.
Terrible.
I mean, this mainly, I believe, was more of a push for Kalisto. Like we've mentioned, maybe the new Rey Mysterio. I could see him kind of separating ties with Sin Cara here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't get to see much of it, but we saw enough.
Yep.
So next we had our bathroom break for us, but your kids got to watch a little bit of WrestleMania this time. We had a 10-diva tag match.
Oh.
The whole point of this match is, one, it was called Team Total Diva versus Team Bad and Blonde.
Okay.
It was only a way for, one, to promote Total Divas, the TV show.
Yep.
And two, to promote Brie Bella because this was her final match.
Yeah.
And I mean, she got the win at the end. They do the celebration.
So obvious. I wish all wrestling promoters would stop doing a giant tag match like this. 10-person tag match makes absolutely no sense. It looks like crap, and you lose track of everything. If you feel like you have to do this, make it an elimination match.
Exactly.
Make it so you can actually, as a viewer, understand what's going on. Because every match, the way wrestling works, every single match tells a story. Every single move a wrestler pulls on his opponent tells the story in that match and in the storyline. And when I saw this match, I had no idea what was going on. Mm-hmm. I was so confused.
I feel like it was a way to hide the, as I just call, pieces of crap, I guess, of wrestlers in Eva Marie, and this being Lana's first match. There might have been a couple others.
Was she the one that dressed up in the swimsuit?
Yes. Exactly. It's just, to me, and they came into the ring, and, ooh, I stomped you with my foot. Great wrestling move there.
It makes no sense.
I don't know who could have pulled that off.
And match was just
I would have rather have seen Brie get a one-on-one match with someone good, like a Naomi or a Tamina or a Natalia, just to go out like that.
She should have had a one-on-one match, absolutely, or a tag match with her sister.
Well, she couldn't have that because
she's injured, right?
Yeah, she had surgery on her neck.
So yeah, just a singles match with a really good opponent,
and even have maybe Daniel Bryan in her corner.
That would have been real nice too. That would have been nice. That would have worked.
Send off for both of them.
Yeah.
So, because now they're going to make little Daniel Bryan babies.
But I mean, this match was terrible. I didn't care for it at all.
Exactly. I can't remember even much about it because we weren't paying attention.
No, not really.
So, the final kick, because there were 3 kickoff show matches.
Yep.
Was past versus present / future.
So this is the main event of the kickoff show.
Exactly.
All right.
The Dudley Boys, who are now heel, against the Usos. And the Dudleys know the Usos' father pretty well, Rikishi, tagging a bunch with Scotty 2 Hotty in the past. So, who had the advantage, do you think, in this match? The Dudleys maybe knowing where...
Definitely the Dudleys because of their experience.
Yeah.
They've been at the grandest stage of them all many times. They've been in ECW with those main events all the time. And plus, over at TNA, they both had huge crews over there too. They've been everywhere. They've had the experience going into this match.
Exactly. My thing with it is the Dudleys have now gone heel. And they stated that we will never use the tables again. Which, for me, I'm sorry, but the Dudleys are known for the table. That's their problem, is they complain that the fans just always say, we want tables. And they feel like that they're only known for a table. You don't recognize us as great tag team champions and stuff like that. Yet during every Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, they're constantly playing the audience, pulling out a table, which is a good thing. I mean, you're being the heel, so you want to tick off the audience.
All of that may not be the Dudleys. That could be booking. The booking and the writers be like, listen, Dudley Boys, you need to do this during the match. Just to make the storyline go in a direction.
Which I hated.
You know?
They bring back a great tag team in the Dudleys, and they've done nothing with them so far. Yeah, they had a title shot here and there in the beginning, but they didn't win.
Well, I think they're kind of using them to push younger tag teams.
But they don't have to. There's great tag teams right now. The Usos are great. They don't need any pushing. The Usos are the new Dudleys and Hardys. You have your factions, the League of Nations, New Day, Social Outcasts.
Here's a problem with the Usos. They're not catchy. When I watch them, I'm kind of bored watching them. They don't do anything for me. They don't have any gimmick. They have nothing. They have a little Hawaiian dance to honor their heritage at the beginning of the match, which is fine. But as a united tag teams, they don't really do anything.
So you're saying the super kick, the super fly splash.
How many other wrestlers we do the super kick? Dolph Ziggler does it all the time.
Yeah, but it's a Samoan thing. They do the Samoan drop. They do Samoan things. The Samoan drops.
Yeah, I know, but it's their gimmick I'm talking about. They don't have anything that utilizes them as a tag team. The Hardys. What do you think when you see the Hardys?
High fly.
Exactly. The Dudleys. What do you see?
Tables.
Edge Christian.
Ladders.
Exactly. All these great tag teams. You name them, they're like, oh, that's what they're good for, you know? Usos. Well, it's taking you long to answer that question. They need to push themselves in a more... I think, honestly, what they need to do is turn them heel.
Well, they were when they first came into the business.
Well, they need to go heel now. They need to get over with the audience first.
You just mentioned those 3 tag teams from the past were the Attitude Era. They could use things like that.
Yeah,
you can't use weapons nowadays.
And the reason I'd say that because I'm thinking tag teams right now. I can't think of a good tag team that I'm like, oh, I remember these guys. They're awesome.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem with the tag team division right now. They're not very good right now.
It's a problem with WWE right now.
There is no good tag team out there. They're like, yes, that'd be awesome. That's the biggest issue I have with the Usos. They are very talented. I love watching them, but they're not very memorable. Mm-hmm. They're just a good tag team.
Oh. The end of this match, I mean, it was a very quick match. Mm-hmm. It didn't last long. Dudley's get the victory. But the Usos, I think, got a more moral victory because the Dudleys end up pulling out the tables and want to put the Usos through a table, which it's like a whole role reversal. You're not going to use the tables, but now you are. But the Usos
did win that one.
I thought the Usos lost. I'm pretty sure they lost, but they got the moral victory because they put...
I'm going to double check. Keep talking.
They got the moral victory because then they counter and put the Dudleys through their trademark tables.
Yep.
So...
Which, I mean, that was a little iffy on that, too. Mm-hmm. Because it was just kind of like a given, like, oh, Dudleys want the tables, they're going to get hit with the tables instead.
Mm-hmm. Before we get on to the rest of the show here, at the end of the kickoff show, this is where it helps you because you're a little behind in some of the wrestling stuff.
Okay.
So you got to catch up. I hate the promos, the little video packages before Mania and before the matches.
All of them, or
not all of them,
okay.
But sometimes it gets boring because they play the same ones over
and
over and over. It felt like they went ahead and for Mania made a whole new promo package, and it was pretty good because they showed all the right clips in there with Brock putting Dean through a windshield, or Triple H taking out Roman Reigns, and then Roman coming back and just going ape crazy on him, ripping him out of a limo and everything. And did you see anything in the promos that you thought was different than normal? Like to me, I just listening to for me, I'm big onto background music, even in movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it just the hard rock music that was put into this promo, it just kind of got me out of my seat. I'm like, yes, here we're going. Here's WrestleMania. I'm excited.
Yeah. The only video package last night that I really enjoyed was Triple H's. Mm-hmm. That's the only video package I really, really enjoyed.
Okay.
That was a good package they did for him.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the main event. Not obviously of the show, but
Beginning
WrestleMania.
of WrestleMania.
Beginning of WrestleMania. It started off just like last year's WrestleMania, the Intercontinental Ladder match. Mm-hmm. We have The Miz, your boy.
Yep.
Ziggler, your boy. And Zack Ryder, your boy. Am I getting a little trend here?
Yeah.
You say too many guys are your boy.
Hey, I know talent when I see it.
Okay. Then we also had the champ, Kevin Owens, Stardust, Sin Cara, and Mr. NXT himself, who just got promoted, in Sami Zayn. Ladder match, to me, we always have stated that ladder matches are probably one of the most popular and most exciting matches.
Absolutely.
I felt like this one wasn't as exciting, though. I liked it, but I just didn't feel like it had the oomph that it had.
It could have been more. It could have been more.
They set out so many ladders. They only used like 3 ladders in the entire match. We saw...
They had the polka dot one honoring Dusty Rhodes.
I loved that.
Yep.
I wanted to talk about that real quick. Stardust, a.k.a. Cody Rhodes, the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Ever since Dusty has passed away, Cody he took it very emotionally when his dad died.
Well, yeah, I would too.
Obviously. But he's supposed to play this heel in Stardust, but he's also done a huge tribute to his father, even trying to hold on that persona of the heel. Mm-hmm. And coming out in his normal attire, but putting polka dots all over his ring attire to symbolize his father wearing the polka dots, was a great touch.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Then pulling out that ladder painted black with yellow polka dots was funny, but a great gesture.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was only a little tiny ladder.
There was like so many tiny ladders. I think there was only one 12-foot ladder that they needed.
Exactly. They had the one ladder that almost touched the title.
Yeah, yeah.
So this match, I mean, it goes back and forth. A couple times we really thought, unfortunately, Kevin Owens was going to win. And then I think it was Sammy who suplexed him onto another ladder that took him out for the entire match after that. And at that point, I'm like, oh my God, come on, Sammy, pull it off. This is your first pay-per-view, basically, in WWE. Do it. And I really thought it was going to happen. And then Miz has to get involved.
Oh, Miz.
Miz spoils everything.
That's why we like the Miz.
That's why you like the Miz.
He's that guy. He's that go-to guy that makes the story move forward.
I will say this. The way the match ends with the Miz is perfect. Because the Miz being this superstar. So this A-list movie star, as he calls himself.
Yeah.
Just sitting there at the top of the ladder. And he sits there for a good 10 seconds. He could have won that match.
Yeah.
But what happens? Someone sneaks up behind him.
Oh,
the one person in that entire match that you would never see coming. That's Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder comes up and sneaks up, throws him off the ladder, and just, spider monkeys up the ladder, and just looks around. Look what I got.
And takes the title.
Who would have ever called that, I wonder?
I believe I did on my Twitter account
Hours before the match.
That's right.
I know. I had to apologize to the missus last night, to your wife, in case I woke her up, because we were screaming at the TV.
She didn't even hear it.
I mean, I'm not as big of a Zack Ryder fan as you, but wow. What are the odds Zack Ryder would have won that match? How many people lost money in Vegas betting on that match?
Around the country.
No way did anyone see that coming. I would have seen Sin Cara winning it before Zack Ryder.
Who do you think was the number one favorite into that match?
I really think it was Kevin Owens.
Yeah, of course it was Kevin Owens.
I see it being Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens was the favorite. The second favorite was Dolph Ziggler.
I was going to say Sami Zayn, just because of the whole rivalry between those two. He wins the title, then Owens wants his rematch against him.
That's pushing Sami Zayn way too fast, being in the roster.
I don't know. But it was funny because they relived a moment, too, with Ziggler from the years past ladder match, where it was him and Daniel Bryan on the top of the ladder doing headbutts.
Yep.
It was him and Sammy doing headbutts back and forth. I'm like, nobody wins with a headbutt, people.
Nope.
Like I said, I don't want to get too far into it, but it was good.
But congratulations to Zack Ryder for winning the IC belt.
True.
Right?
It was a great celebration, him and his father in the ring.
Yep.
So
quick update. The Usos did win that match.
They did. For some reason, I thought the Dudleys did. But, okay. So they got 2 moral victories.
Yes.
Do you want to say, though, are you calling it right now? Not Ziggler. Ryder losing the title tonight on Monday Night Raw?
No.
No?
I think you're going to see Zack holding that title for at least a month to 2 months.
I see Kevin Owens coming out, getting his rematch, and beating Zack Ryder.
I don't think they're going to give, after all this time, I don't think they're going to feed Ryder that belt.
Because, you got to remember, in Ryder's post-match conference, he said he could retire right now and be happy with what's happening in his career.
Yeah.
That might be putting a word pun on something.
No. I think you're going to see him hold on to it. I do think Kevin Owens will end up taking it from him. But I think you're going to... Because eventually it's going to lead up to a Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens rivalry for the IC belt eventually. But I think... yeah,
because I think one of the next pay-per-views coming back is called Payback.
Yeah.
So
I think you see Zack hold on the belt for a little bit.
Okay.
Just to push his career more.
Well, the second match here, I even quoted last night saying, this match is what wrestling is all about. This match is wrestling. Who, in your mind, wrestler all around the world, any promotion, who defines wrestling? What wrestler has defined wrestling?
What wrestler has defined wrestling?
Yeah, is wrestling.
The Macho Man Randy Savage.
I would say Kurt Angle. That's where I was going.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
But this match to me, which was the AJ Styles Y2J match, Chris Jericho.
That's right, yep.
This was wrestling. This was not just, let me do some weapons and do this back and forth. This was counter, submission, strike, everything in a match that you want. I really thought AJ was going to pull it out. It's your boy.
Yep, Chris Jericho.
Your little Jericho-holic over there.
You know why? He is the best in the world. at what he does.
But there was a bunch of times in this match, like I said, all the countering that happened, it really could go anywhere's any way, any direction. AJ with the calf killer, and then Jericho with the walls. I mean, it was great. AJ pulls off one of my favorite moves, the 450 splash. I thought he had it there.
Looked so good, too.
And your boy pulls off the lion salt, which always fails.
Yep. He's consistent.
He's consistent. Well, Flair was consistent going up the ropes and never falling, jumping off either. So it ends. AJ goes for his phenomenal, what was it? The phenomenal forearm going off the top ropes. And you're like, you even called it. You did good last night calling things that were going to happen. He hits him with the code breaker right in the middle of the air.
Yeah, it was a given.
So, I mean, anything you saw in this match you want to...
You touched it, man. It was a great match. It was a wrestling match.
Are we going to get another one to see who takes 3 out of the 5? Or because it's tied right now. It's 2-2.
It's tough to say because of Jericho's... contract with the WWE.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I highly doubt we're going to see Jericho now.
You may see him one more time for a verbal confrontation with him to end the rivalry, and that's probably maybe it. But it's time for AJ to move on to other opponents.
Yeah, I actually had thought after them having their 3 matches prior to this that AJ was going to be actually in the ladder match from the previous match, but I was kind of happy with the 4th match. I'm not too big on the same match over and over and over.
Nope.
But all 4 of these matches have been amazing.
They were good matches. I liked them because they weren't all singles matches. They weren't all just where it was. So far you have the ladder match was a fantastic thing, and then all the matches are great so far in the card.
Yeah.
I never really saw too much of the Chris Jericho and Styles rivalry so far. I didn't really see too much of it.
Yeah, with them tagging and everything.
I've only heard about it, and what I've heard, it was a really cool storyline. It really was.
Could you say this match was, to finish it off, phenomenal?
It was definitely a phenomenal match. Absolutely,
so, there we go. We had Y2J, though, unfortunately, beat AJ Styles. Unfortunately.
No, unfortunately.
Yes, in my view. Let's get on. We had... we'll go the Dean Ambrose Brock Lesnar match.
Is that really next one?
I can't remember the entire order.
You told me before the show you had it down.
I thought I had them all in order.
All right, carry on.
Actually, I remember what happened next. I think we had Lita. She debuted a new title.
Wasn't the women's match next?
No, but we had showing it off prior to the women's match.
Okay.
So, I just want to catch up on that real quick.
All right.
You like the new title.
I do.
I don't.
What don't you like about it?
The same reason what I don't like about the World Heavyweight title. It looks plain and boring. Me, personally, I like the old school titles where you can put your name on the title. The only title you can do that with right now is the U.S. title.
You like this title, though, right?
Exactly. That's the old spinner title. That is the title they had prior to the new one that they have now. But even...
What about the World Championship belt that was alongside that one?
I like that, too.
Okay.
I'm big on having your name on the title. And for me, I quote that I hate the Divas title. I hate this butterfly pink and purple thing.
Which reminds me, we know someone else that did too. Remember the kickoff?
Renee Young.
Renee Young.
Yes.
Didn't like it either.
I wish I could remember the quote she said. But literally, the new women's title is the exact same thing as the men's world title.
Yep.
Just it's white and red.
Yeah. I think it's fantastic.
Hopefully they put the logos on the side like they do with the men's, at least.
Here's why it's fantastic, all right? Here's why it's fantastic. Because what I've seen out of the NXT ladies coming out of there, those are wrestlers. They should be defined as wrestlers and not just divas. So they should have a belt that matches how tough these ladies really are. And I love the fact that it looks exactly like the men's title as well.
What I love the fact is it's not called the Divas title anymore. It's back to the women's title.
Yes, and it should be that way.
I did like the original women's title that I started watching wrestling with too. So, Lita debuts it. It was kind of nice, but like I said, I'm partial to a name.
Well, how would you design a women's title?
I was hoping they'd bring back the old one.
Okay.
That's how I like it. So, To me, it was okay.
All right.
I believe the next match was the one where we didn't watch much of it because we only watched the beginning and the end of it. That was a 3-on-4 handicap match between the New Day and the League of Nations.
Yes. This was phenomenal.
I know this is what you really want to talk about today.
This is phenomenal. I want to talk about the giant Bootios box.
Bootios! I love that. I love the Bootios thing, the New Day cereal. I mean, you just see this giant box of cereal come down on the entrance ramp.
Yep.
And I mean, I love the whole Bootios. If you ain't eating, you ain't bootying, or whatever they're saying.
Yep.
I mean, it's funny.
But here's what's great about this. And I've noticed this. The Bootios box is on there. It tips over. Bootios here falls out, and here comes the New Day out of the box. Not just coming out of the box. They were wearing special outfits.
Now, before you finish, what was cool about it, because it was such a giant, big box, it was like New Day were the toys in the box.
Exactly, yes.
So
they were coming out of the box, not just in their wrestling gear, but wearing Saiyan armor. And here's what's cool about this. This is the second year in a row Wrestlemania has referred to Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. Remember, last year, someone was wearing a very special Vegeta shirt.
So I don't remember who was, but...
It was the UFC Women's Champion.
Oh, Ronda Rousey was?
She was wearing a Vegeta shirt that said over 9,000.
I did not know that.
Yes. So it's the second year in a row that Dragon Ball was referred to.
Yes, but New Day pulled off a big Dragon Ball. Xavier, especially, he had the Goku hair.
He had the Saiyan hair.
He had the monkey tail.
Yep.
And they all had the
Saiyan armor.
The Saiyan armor.
Yes.
Which, I mean, it was great.
Here's what would have been better if they wrestled in that armor.
True.
That would have been awesome.
True. New Day comes out, does their whole spiel.
Yep.
Then, of course, League of Nations, crappy League of Nations.
And here's why I hate this match. Just like the women's 10 team, whatever you want to call it, too many people in that ring, no elimination. You lost control of the match. You lost control of the storyline. You have no idea what's going on.
Exactly. There were times where we're like, who is legal?
And I don't know who set and booked this match, Vince Russo, but probably messed up again. Because guys like Vince Russo does that kind of stuff and messes it up.
It's kind of obvious who's going to win, too. I mean, you have a 4-on-3 handicap match.
Yeah.
I mean,
unless you have big names on the 3 side, you know who's going to win.
I mean, you had 1 heavyweight and 2 cruiserweights. I mean, against 4 heavyweights.
Yeah.
The funniest thing that came out of this match for me was when New Day was coming out and Alberto Del Rio couldn't keep up with the other 3 guys. They all come out and they're standing there, they're waiting for him, and he's still behind the box.
Yeah.
And then they're doing the wave, and he's not catching up.
Oh,
it looked like crap.
It looked terrible.
It was horrible. I'm like, I like the whole faction idea. The whole faction idea of the League of Nations is a great idea.
Fantastic. It's a fantastic idea.
It's just you got 4 idiots.
But they're just not working with it.
You got 4 guys who are solo guys. They're not used to doing tag teaming.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
I mean, Sheamus looks so out of place in there. So out of place.
Sheamus looks out of place, period, even with the whole Mohawk thing.
Yeah.
I want Sheamus to go back to being Sheamus, the White Knight, the Celtic Warrior.
Barrett is just,
let's
not get on Barrett right now.
No, Barrett's leaving the company, so.
Yeah.
Del Rio should have left a long time ago.
He did leave, and he came back.
And Rusev, they never should have promoted.
No.
So, the other best part, which I think was better than the beginning with the Dragon Ball thing.
The real match took place.
Exactly. You are in Texas. You are in Dallas. Even not just Dallas, but when I think Texas, I think of 2 guys. And that's Shawn Michaels, who came out in his wrestling gear. Mm-hmm. Then we had Mick Foley.
Yep.
I don't think of Texas with Mick Foley, but the whole Cactus Jack thing started down in Texas. Yep. Came out with the Cactus Jack shirt. And then that glass that breaks. And my boy, my all-time favorite wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin. When you think Texas, you think him. They come out to confront League of Nations. And all I'm thinking is, and League of Nations did too. You have 3. We have 4. The New Day jumps in, so it's a 6-on-4.
Yeah.
I really thought Rock, who was supposed to come out during the show, was going to come out too, because then it would have been a great 4 legends against the League of Nations.
It would have been real nice.
I give props to Foley, Austin, and Michaels. They took it to the League of Nations in the beginning.
They didn't take 1 bump. It looked awesome.
Of course, we had a couple super kicks. The best super kicks in the business, I think. We had a stinky sock come out of someone's pants, shoved down someone's throat.
Socko is always doing that.
I'm sorry.
You know what Mick Foley does with that sock, right?
No.
It's called the mandible.
Does he actually wash it?
No. It's an actual wrestling move.
No, I know what the mandible claw is.
All right.
But there's just something about him pulling a sock out of his pants and then shoving it down your throat.
Been doing it for years.
Would you like me taking a sock out of my pants after you just?
Do you know how many people tapped out that move?
Of course, because before it gets to their mouth, they tap out.
A win's a win, no matter how he can take it.
We had a few Austin stunners. It's nice to see that he hasn't lost a step with the stunner.
Nope.
And then we had a beer bash party.
Yeah.
Austin's asking for a couple beers. New Day thinks they can be Mr. Joe Schmo and jump in and do their bootio dance. And it was funny watching Sean and Mick Foley.
We're getting into
the bootios.
And then you see that one smile on Austin's face.
Austin.
And I'm like, yep, I know exactly what's going on.
He goes ahead and plays it well. He's like, oh, maybe I'll shake my booty a little. And then Xavier starts shaking his. And then what happens? Stunner.
Yep.
He just stuns the crap out of Xavier.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
New Day's just like, what'd we do? And then the best part, give me some beers.
More beers.
The beer bash. There's nothing like an Austin beer bash.
Yeah.
So that was the match. It wasn't New Day versus League of Nations. It was Legends versus League of Nations and New Day.
Yeah.
So that was what woke me up in the match. Mm-hmm. So it was a great ending and great start. Unfortunately, it was a horrible middle.
It was a horrible middle. You had that right.
We had that. Next, I believe, was the Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar match.
Yeah, it might have been.
We had a street fight. There were 11 matches.
There was a lot of matches.
It was hard to keep
I know,
up.
But when you told me you were already prepped, I figured you had it all down.
I thought I did, but I didn't. I told you, I prepped you for this match. All the things that were happening prior to this match.
Yes.
My favorite thing was Dean Ambrose, SmackDown before, coming out with this little red wagon.
Little red wagon.
And filling it up with weapons.
Why did we see the wagon?
I wanted to see it. I was really hoping he was going to come down with it filled with weapons.
Yeah, I really wanted to see it.
It would have been perfect. It gets off where Brock's not letting Dean do anything. He keeps taking the kendo sticks away from him and baiting him in, come get the kendo stick and everything.
Yeah, come get it.
Finally, Dean finally figures it out. Okay, I can't get the kendo stick from underneath your foot. Well, I can make you fall down still with a nice low blow.
Ooh, that was a nasty
Brock and Sable aren't having kids for a while, I can tell you that. It was for me, it took a while to generate some excitement in this match.
And I believe Ambrose took a total of 13 suplexes, I believe it was.
Yeah. He had, I think we said 2 belly to bellies.
It was 10 Germans, 2 bellies, and a snap.
There you go. Brock doesn't really use the weapons. Dean does. But I feel like we could have seen more come out of it. No one really, I don't even think anybody got busted open.
No. That's PG right there. That's PG.
Yeah.
In West, the reason why it wasn't overboard was for the Hell in a Cell match.
True.
Because, I mean, how you going to follow that kind of match with Hell in a Cell coming up, you know? You don't follow that. So they probably had to tone it down more just to make the Hell in a Cell match more credible.
I know, but they played this match for the last month or two to be something special. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is Dean Ambrose. Even, like I told you, you had Mick Foley and Terry Funk kind of pass the torch to him, giving them the chainsaw and Barbie, the barbed wire bat. I so badly wanted to see. Ambrose goes, he even does batter up when he grabs the bat, and he goes to swing it, and he misses. Mick Foley would never miss.
Oh, Foley has missed that thing a few times.
But do you think Brock's like, no, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking a shot from that bat.
He's probably not getting paid enough.
We did see the fire extinguisher, though.
Yes, we did.
That was a great touch. So, unfortunately, Brock gets the win. Dean does his trademark, though. This is, you talk about trademarks earlier with the tag team. Mm-hmm. Dean, his trademark is the steel chair. Throwing steel chair after steel chair after steel chair in the ring. And he even does dirty deeds on Brock on one of the chairs. And then you even said Brock does a German, and misses landing Dean on the chairs.
He throws Dean over the chairs, and he kind of bumps on the chairs himself.
I'm like, you idiot.
Why would he do that? I mean...
Because he's an idiot.
He's just... I appreciate the way he's doing his Germans right now. He's doing where he's not actually going to break someone's neck. Because when Cena took those 16 of them, he held on to Cena all the way to the mat.
True.
That is going to break someone's neck.
I will say, he's gotten a little better, too, because when he hit the F5 on Dean, Dean lands the right way.
But apparently they don't hurt.
Exactly. I thought an F5 was supposed to hurt. So Brock's gotten a little better.
Yep.
But it's not like we get excited over it. It's the whole part-time thing. That's why when we get into the next match, I'll explain. I'm sick and tired of seeing part-timers.
Yeah. Part-timers are annoying. But sometimes they put butts in the seat.
Yeah. So Dean loses, Brock wins. Shocker there. Next one, like I said, this is another part-timer. We have Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell.
Was that the next match?
Yes, because we're getting down to the end.
So it was the street fight and then Hell in a Cell after?
Yeah.
So that's why the street match wasn't so hardcore, because of the Hell in a Cell match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we got 1, 2...
It had been. That's the only reason why.
Because after that, there's only 3 matches after that left.
You gotta book these shows so they make sense. And you gotta book them the right way. If you have a hardcore match with Dean Ambrose and Brock, and you know that Dean is just crazy out of his mind, then you have followed by Undertaker, Shane McMahon, and Hell in a Cell. You can't follow those matches back to back because people are still excited about the street fight to really pay attention to the next fight. So you gotta book them the right way, and unfortunately, if they were back to back like that, you're gonna have a smaller street fight than you would have a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah. So quickly, let me just say why I hate it. The stipulation was that if Shane wins, he gets control of Raw. If Taker loses, he never gets to wrestle at Mania again.
Yep.
Which would have been fine with me because I'm getting sick and tired of this one time with Taker every year.
Yeah.
I could have cared less if Taker lost. Very slow in this match. It didn't get off very quickly. But when it did, it was exciting. When it started taking off, I think, is when Shane was baiting Taker in when he's laying on the steps after getting chokeslammed hard on the steel steps. Baits him in, I think he does a DDT to him on it.
On the chair, yeah.
And then he gets Taker into the corner. And he pulls out from our previous top 5, which were the top 5 weapons in WWE.
He saw one of our top 5 weapons in the show.
He pulls out the trash can.
Yep.
And he does the greatest trash can move ever, and that is going coast to coast, which I really did not think he was going to have the oomph to get coast to coast.
I thought he did. I didn't realize how well he kept in shape because he almost overjumped it.
He almost did. It was amazing. After that, he pulls out the bolt cutters. I'm like, okay, he's going to go undo the chains on the door. No, let's cut a whole wall off the Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
And Taker picks him up, unfortunately, and spears him through the wall and almost knocks out the German announcers on the table. I've never seen Germans run so fast. That sets up for what we thought was going to happen with Shane looking up.
Yeah.
He was looking up a lot inside the cell.
He was.
Those gears were turning.
We knew what he was going to do. And honestly, I didn't think he was actually going to do it. I thought he was just trying to play it.
I thought he was going to do what Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins did a couple years ago and only falling off the cell halfway.
Right.
He climbs it, and I'm not kidding. I was out of my seat. I was gulping for him, too. And he's just standing there, waiting and waiting. And I'm thinking, do you really want to do this in front of your kids?
Yeah.
He brought his kids down there. And he does. He does the Holy Cross, all that stuff, and just goes for it.
Jumps.
He jumps. And Taker moves. I've never seen a body just go splat like that before. At least when Foley got thrown off, his body bounced.
He bounced and he slid across the table.
I mean,
but Shane just fell and just crushed the table.
I mean, and if nobody out there has ever watched a Hell in a Cell match, this cell is 20, 30 feet tall. So, I mean, just imagine going up to your roof on a house.
Yeah.
And just jump down to the ground on your back.
Yeah.
I haven't read the full medical report on him, but I know he's in the hospital right now as we speak.
He's gotta be, yeah.
So I don't know if he's making Raw tonight.
Now I know people are saying, "Oh, is there a mat underneath the table?" It doesn't matter if there's a mat underneath the table.
We can say right now there isn't, because when it explodes,
it's going to protect you from gravity. You're still falling from 25 feet in the air, and you're falling not on a mattress. You're falling on wood.
Mm-hmm. This table, the table, it's hollow underneath.
Yeah.
Because your feet go under it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. We've seen the tables explode.
Yeah.
There's nothing underneath it.
No.
There's nothing that can prepare you to jump to your death.
Yep.
We've seen people go to the Jumbotron stuff and jump off that.
We've seen Shane go to the Jumbotron and jump off that.
But when they jump off that, they jump into like a foam pit.
Yeah.
There's nothing that prepares you for the Hell in a Cell.
Shane, he had a match with Big Show one year, and he climbed up the Titantron, got to the top, and Big Show was laid out on a wood crate, and Shane just leg dropped off the top of it and crashed through the wooden crate with Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
He does this all the time, but back then he wasn't as old.
There's no fear in that guy's eyes.
No.
I give him all the credit in the world.
Yeah.
Because there's not one wrestler in the back, right in that back room, in the back locker room, that would have done that.
Mm-hmm.
And I did this last night.
Yeah.
I give Shane everything.
He deserves it.
He's not this McMahon millionaire boy who's giving everything handed to him. He busts his butt.
Yeah. And you tell, to close the match out, Undertaker brought him into the ring, looked at him, gave him a nice,
pat on the head kind of thing.
Pat on the cheek, nice job, and then tombstoned him to the finish. Mm-hmm. So it was a great match. I liked it.
Exactly. I gulped and I was holding my breath, but we won't see that again for a long time.
Nope.
So.
All right, what's next?
Next, we have our Divas title match.
All right, what's after that?
It was pretty good, I thought.
It wasn't bad. We'll give him credit. It wasn't too bad.
The problem is, at the end of this match, like I said, it was a decent match, but it ends the worst way because Papa Flair, Ric Flair, goes ahead and he's grabbing Sasha, like groping her, like a dirty old man. Mm-hmm. And Charlotte gets the pin on Becky. Yeah. Or gets the tap out, actually. But
at least Flair did take a bump in this match.
I don't care. It ruined not a great match, but a decent match.
It ruined more
Finally, we're seeing the women's title, Divas title, whatever you want to call it, at WrestleMania, defended in an actual match instead of these, let's just bring every single diva who is good or sucks and put them in a match and whoop-de-doo, do whatever you want. Finally, we get to see a decent Divas match at WrestleMania, and it ends with Idiot Flair screwing it over. Ticks me off so much. Because I will state right now, I love this whole Divas Revolution or all these NXT Divas, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. They're finally doing wrestling, giving it its props.
Right.
And I'm enjoying it. I don't like seeing the typical, let me slap you in the face.
Yeah. It was a good match.
Let me run up to the ropes and stop. Oh, I hurt myself. And then
press on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they're too busy about looking their looks and stuff like that. That's why I got irritated when I said, how long do you think it's going to take till Asuka gets promoted to the big leagues? And you said never. And it'll be the dumbest thing ever. She's the best women's wrestler on that roster right now. And she's not going to get the props because she doesn't look pretty.
To see her against Natalya. Is what I like to see.
Mm-hmm. That's another one. Yeah. Natalya should be like a 10-time women's champion right now.
At this point, yeah.
She's won it once. Mm-hmm. And they constantly do the same thing. Here, Natty, train these divas. Or do the backstage crap. Why do you treat your best wrestlers like crap?
Why? Because she's not pretty.
Exactly. And at least I'm hoping with some of these up-and-coming divas like Charlotte and Sasha, Becky, yes, they got the looks too, but they can wrestle, or Bayley in NXT. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, we see a change in the next 5 or so years.
Hopefully sooner.
Hopefully.
But we should move on. You got really heated from this.
I did.
Talk. Real heated.
I did. I like when someone's putting their all into something.
So Charlotte is the new women's champion.
Exactly.
Perfect.
We're going to get into this one too, the Battle Royal.
Oh.
We didn't see really a surprise return. We did get, it's me, it's DDP.
We did.
Look good with that DDP yoga that he's doing.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing a lot of yoga. Mm-hmm. He even states that yoga saved his life.
Yeah.
So, he looked great.
Yeah.
But my favorite was Shaquille O'Neal coming out the new Hall of Famer. He just got announced today into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Nice.
The whole showdown between him and Big Show, it was great because it was reliving a little rivalry when it was when Shaq was the guest host of Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah, yep. I remember that.
So I picked Kane to win it all. He gets to the finals. He unfortunately loses.
Kane should have won that.
Yeah. But before that, when Mark Henry came out, it almost was kind of obvious that maybe Mark Henry would win it. He's from Silsbee, Texas. We're in Dallas, Texas. And he's quoted, this is his last WrestleMania. He's going to retire sometime this year. So it was kind of maybe obvious that he was going to win it, but unfortunately he didn't.
I'm honestly glad that WWE isn't going with the obvious choice to win these matches.
Yeah.
Because that just gets real boring. That's what made the show so good, is that the obvious choice did not win. And we saw that when Zack Ryder won the IC Championship. Who would have thought he would have won that?
What a great way to open the show, though,
You know,
too.
I mean, so it wasn't an obvious pick on obvious matches. It was a real good show, and Kane should have won it. But who won this? Baron
Corbin from NXT.
Baron Corbin?
Who got beat by Austin Aries, who's the new signee to NXT.
Yeah.
This is where I get really ticked off.
Okay, let's get heated again.
Was because Baron Corbin won it.
Should I get some water out here?
I know, I should have.
All right.
Maybe I should have grabbed another brewski from the fridge. The Baron Corbin, to me, sucks in NXT. I hate him. He can't cut a promo. He can't go long matches. Obviously, we saw that in TakeOver Dallas with Austin Aries. I really think the only reason this happened was for two reasons. One, it was to promote NXT. Because once he won it, everyone's yelling NXT, which was funny because they're not yelling Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
And he's celebrating like he's Joe Schmo.
Right.
I wonder if they're trying to turn him face again, which I don't think it was going to happen. Or two, it was to promote him because they're going to send him up to the big leagues, which I think is the worst idea ever.
Well, I'm not going to get too busy on this conversation because we've already been on this conversation, but Baron Corbin, he's got the same problem I have with the Usos. Not to disgrace the Usos, they are very amazing talent.
Yep.
But he doesn't have a look.
Okay.
He's just generic. He looks like something I could have made from a WWE game as a customized character I could make, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing special about this guy. He doesn't have a gimmick. He doesn't have a saying. He's got nothing.
Well, I think you even pointed out during TakeOver Texas, he comes out with the leather jacket with the skulls on it.
Yeah.
And he's from, like, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And you're like, how come you're wearing Texas skulls if you're from Milwaukee?
It makes no sense. You know? So he needs to work on his look. He needs to look on his gimmick.
Yeah.
He could be good one day, but he just looks like a character I made from a video game.
And he won it in the worst way, too. Ooh, Kane's backs to me. I'm going to flip him over the ropes.
They always win that way, though. Every Royal Rumble is winning that way.
Yeah, but don't you think it should be a surprise, though?
Yeah.
How you win? Not just the obvious again?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying the fact that we have a same match every year now at WrestleMania. When they debuted this 3 years ago, this Battle Royal, I was really hoping it wasn't going to be a one-and-done thing. Mm-hmm. And now it's 3 years in a row, and it's a popular match at WrestleMania.
I'm enjoying it.
Exactly. I hope it goes for years to come.
But then again, I enjoy Royal Rumble matches.
True. So. It's the main event time, though.
Already the main event.
Already.
Fantastic.
We've been speculating this match since the Rumble in January.
It's not the main event match. There's something else we need to talk about first.
That's right.
There is a match that snuck in. It wasn't a very long match.
Exactly.
It was a 6-second match?
6 seconds.
But it's still a match.
We thought, we knew Rock was supposed to come out sometime.
Yes.
And we're like, how come he hasn't come out all night? He finally does. He does the attendance.
He comes out, music hits. He's a huge pop. Huge pop. Walks out to the ring, does his little spear, his little saying he does all the time. Mm-hmm. He does the attendance. A record breaking of any WrestleMania, I think.
101,763, I believe.
Yeah, something like that, you know, which is fantastic. Then he's about ready to leave, I think, and then the Wyatts come in.
The Wyatts, it just goes black.
Yep.
And I don't care for that whole phone thing, everyone with the lights, but when you saw how many people were there with all those phones and lights, it was good.
Even Rock was impressed.
Though with Bray doing his promo with Rock, and then Rock's just standing there like, yeah. I'm waiting for Rock to, because he's got this dumb look on his face.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to say, "Who are you again?" "Oh, that's right, you're the hamburger, and these are your McNuggets."
Right.
Or something like that. I was waiting for him to do something with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders pulling off the Attitude Era, talking about pie and all that.
Right.
So, it was great, though, because the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, says, "We're going to destroy you." Mm-hmm. And what's he do? Let me take the shirt off. And then he's got the buttoned-up pants, and it's like, oh, my God, Rock's already in his tights and his elbow pads.
He's a professional. He always comes prepared.
Exactly. I wanted to see it be Bray, though, not Rowan.
Yeah.
But like you said, Rock said it too, records are made to be broken. And you mentioned 6-second match. That bell rings, rock bottom, done.
Yep.
It's not over, though.
No?
Something special happened last night.
Something happened to you last night.
Something made me more giddy than seeing AJ Styles.
You broke my couch last night.
Something made me so giddy, like a little schoolgirl, that I was more excited seeing AJ Styles, more exciting than the AJ Styles debut in the Rumble. Mm-hmm. The Rock is surrounded by Wyatts.
Yep.
And who in their right mind saw this coming? It was very upsetting to me when my second favorite all-time wrestler, the wrestler I've seen since day one debuting, say that he has an arm injury and will be out past WrestleMania.
Right.
We all know John Cena comes back early, but this is really early. So unfortunately, we won't see Cena at WrestleMania, is what it was.
Which is too bad.
Yeah. It ends a 12-year streak of him competing in WrestleMania, or being at WrestleMania. But what do you know? Cena's music hits. Could be someone just playing a hoax or something. You gotta wait till nobody comes out. Here comes my boy. John Cena hits the stage. Who would have thought John Cena shows back up and helps The Rock?
He looked good, didn't he?
He does. They take a couple bumps. They pull off their all their moves against the Wyatts and just clear house.
He looked good.
It was great. Great seeing your boy and my boy in the ring again.
That's right.
So,
but with that said, it is main event time.
Main event has been building up since Royal Rumble. Triple H versus Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. Great promo for Triple H coming out to the ring.
Yep.
Stephanie doing the Queen of Queens, you could say, instead of the King of Kings.
Yes, you could.
I thought it was Triple H behind that skull mask, but it was her, and she's building him up. And unfortunately, it almost went down the drain when he almost slipped on the entrance ramp.
Oh, man.
Roman Reigns even comes out, and yes, he just comes out in his regular attire, but he does the Superman punch, the cock-locked and loaded thing, like a shotgun, hits the ground, and then fireworks around the entire arena, inside
cool
and outside, go off. It was perfect. Mm-hmm. This match, it gave me all the hype that I thought it was going to give.
Yep.
It was a perfect match. There was counter after counter. There was spear. There were pedigrees. There were high knees.
Punches in the face.
Everything. It got to the point where I didn't know where this was going to go. Mm-hmm. The obvious saying is Roman's going to win. But with now Shane losing to Undertaker, the Authority is still in power. Maybe the Authority pulls off a victory.
Right.
And
I thought Triple H was going to win it right after Stephanie gets speared.
True.
I thought that was it.
That sets it up right there.
Triple H is going to win.
That sets up for, I speared, Roman spears Stephanie, I turn around, walk into the pedigree.
Yeah.
Even though that didn't happen right there, Stephanie hands Triple H the sledgehammer. Mm-hmm. Triple H can get himself DQ'd, he's still going to become champion.
Yeah.
Misses the first shot, misses the second, he's not going to miss the third. Instead, he gets speared.
Yep.
That spear ends with a 1-2-3, and we have a new world champion.
That's right.
The one thing I'll say I hate about this is the fact I told you, Roman has now won the championship 3 times in a 4-month span. It's kind of ridiculous.
It is a little silly.
Because to me, I feel like winning the championship should be something special, and it's not becoming special if you keep losing it, winning it, winning it.
But hopefully he keeps it for a long time this time.
I'm hoping.
Hopefully.
It'll probably be a great battle once Seth comes. I think he'll hold on to it until Seth comes back sometime.
Oh, yeah.
I think Seth's due to come back sometime towards SummerSlam, maybe.
Yeah.
I could see Roman holding on to it then, and then we have a big rivalry right there.
Overall, Andy, this was a very good WrestleMania. I haven't enjoyed a good WrestleMania in a very long time, and I really like this one.
Stated since WrestleMania 30 with Daniel Bryan winning, they've gotten better and better.
Yeah.
I would say out of a 10 stars, I'd give this WrestleMania a 9.
It was a real good show. Mm-hmm. One thing we didn't do today is our top 5. We always do a top 5 for you guys. We didn't have enough time today, but we did do a top 5, and we'll be promoting that top 5 on our Facebook page, right?
Exactly.
I believe you're going to be posting that.
Probably within the next couple of days. We want to make sure we have the right top 5.
Okay.
Which will be who we believe are the next top 5 greatest superstars that are coming out of WWE right now. Who are those young guys right now who have been in WWE who are going to soar to the stars? But unfortunately, that's WrestleMania. That is the end of our show today.
Yes, it is.
Cannot wait till next year's WrestleMania. So, hopefully
we'll still be here.
Exactly. We're counting down the days. But unfortunately, like I said, it's the end of the show. We hope you enjoyed it. And remember, you can visit this show and every other show we've taped on our YouTube page at Legends of the Nerds. Don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook. We hope that we get you and all your family and friends to hit that like and follow page. And don't forget to...
A new thing on Facebook, we are doing live streaming.
Exactly.
On the Facebook page, too.
We debuted the next version of the Legend of the Nerds on there.
Yes, we did.
Someday they'll take over our spots. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter. We have a lot of great people around the world tweeting at us.
Yes, We're
do. At Krillin Man. And, like I said, don't forget, coming in August, end of August, we're going back to Comic-Con again. We hope to see you and everybody else there. And remember, everybody out there, to stay nerdy.